Hello, everybody. This is MV broadcasting from a very windy and rainy Cardiff, Wales, via West Virginia. And today we've had two games already in our Howie Shanks Bingo League. Steve Tate broadcasted the first one, which was between the Salt Lake Bees and the JT Dutchess. And the Salt Lake Bees won it 4-1. Daly picked up the win. Matheson picked up the loss. And Joe Mauer hit 3 for 4 with one home run. We had in the second game, or the first game today, technically, April 6th, Will Cordero and got the win in relief. Hernandez got the loss in relief as the Ocean State Clams edged in a wild one the Sarnia, is it Sarnia Bulldogs? Sarnia Sluggers, of course it is. In a 12-inning extra inning game, which was a really good game. Down in the ninth inning, it was all to play for. And that was a game. Here we are. Here's the stats from that particular game. Papelbon blew a save, but Cordero came back to bring it all back for Ocean State. Arrieta had a strong outing, so did Jack Feaster. But Hernandez just couldn't hold on for Sarnia as they tried to come back. Great game. Really good game. So, today, right now, I'm going to do another broadcast, my second and last of the day, because Steve and Beatles will be coming on at some point, and I'm hoping to get this in under 45 minutes. I don't think two managers are here for this one. The scheduled league game is going to be the Manchester Red Bolts, my team, up against Arlington. And I know that's going to be a tough one, because Stratton's on the mound for Arlington. Now, I think this Arlington team, I'm trying to work out who it is. It could be Aaron's team. I've got a feeling it's Aaron's team. In fact, I'm pretty confident it's Aaron's team. So we'll be going up against them. The Red Bolts get their chance now to get their season underway. Long awaited. I'm hoping my volume issues from earlier on today are solved. There is a 15-second delay at least whilst this starts. So I'm just waiting for it all to sync up. So I'll stay quiet for a moment while it syncs itself. Not quite sure why it's so behind today. No, and with Beatles, it's normally 6 seconds behind. I'm wondering if it's got anything to do with the weather. So here we go. We'll start any minute now. It's good to see the games up on screen, and Steve was showing me how to export the games. I'm not sure I know how to do that just yet, Steve, even though we spoke earlier. But we will play this game. This one's going to be at Ebbets Field. So we shall wait for this to sync up. I think it's synced now. And here we go. So we will be playing the games out. Not all of them. Some will Sims. It depends on who's available. We're trying to do a month and a week if we can. So that way we get season 2 underway. We haven't even started season 1 yet, properly. So Arlington's going to be the computer in this one. I will be the home team, or the human team. And here we go. This is at, this looks like Ebbets. Yep, I can see the Abe Stark side. Here we go. So I'm not getting Stratton, so I'm going to load, if this works properly, load my team versus righties, which looks like it has done it pretty well. I see my inactive guys there. There's Cy Young. Not going to come out today. No way, Jose, is he going to get anywhere near my team. And for good reason. So we got that in. Now the pitcher today is going to be, starting pitcher is going to be Jacob deGrom. Now I traded Jacob deGrom to Cleveland, a Big Clues team, for Barry Bonds, and at the time it looked like a bad decision, but I think it's a good decision. Stadium I want to use, by the way, that's the picture I actually want to use. No photos in this one. Steve's going to show me how to move my photos around, because I have got the photos, but they don't seem to come up the way I've done it with the subfolders, because I deleted them probably. So that's where we are today. So we're going to start the ball game. So just a few things are going to alter here. And that will be the layout. The layout just looks a little bit strange. If I go to preferences, park image, that's the one I want to use. I see, because it's at night. Right, got it. But let's call it early night, shall we? Okay. Let's see if it changes it. It does. Perfect. So it's early evening here in Brooklyn, Manchester, or Manchester, Brooklyn. And here we go. Jacob deGrom on the mound, and Juan Pierre is going to face him. Lefty hitting Juan Pierre. So we're going to pitch to him. Welcome to opening day at Ebbets Field. Tonight's game is Arlington and Manchester. Scott Stratton starts for Arlington. It's 62 degrees, 15 miles per hour out. So this is good. A 30% chance of range. And deGrom strikes out Juan Pierre to start the ball game. This is favorable to let's have a look. Right-hand power hitters in the main. So here we go. Jack Fournier up now. A good bunter. Don't think he'll be bunting today. deGrom has it. 1-2 to count. Swing and a miss. So good way for deGrom to start the season with 2 strikeouts. And that brings up Billy Goodman. Billy Goodman at the mound. 3 lefties straight away. Goodman at the plate. deGrom with a 2-0. And a liner hit to left field. Lefty O'Doul will pick it up. So a base hit for Billy Goodman. He's going to try and stretch this to 2, and he gets in safe. So Billy Goodman with a double here. 2 out. And here brings up Cap Anson. Cap Anson at the plate. First at bat of the season. deGrom looks. Runner on second. 1-2 to count. Curveball. Struck him out. So Jacob deGrom gets 3 strikeouts in the first inning here for the Red Bolts. We go to the bottom of the first, and we know the Red Bolts offense is about the second best in the league, based on simulations so far. Hopefully my microphone is working better this time. I found out the problem last time. I had my virtual reality headset still plugged in. Hopefully that's okay now. Here's Joe Morgan. I'm going to press CPU. Glasscock is up next. Stratton toes the rubber. 3-1. Grounded between first and second. Hansen is across. Gets to Fournier. 1 away. That brings up Jack Glasscock. Pebbly Jack. Up against Stratton. Gehrig on deck. 2-1 from Stratton. Cutter. Grounder. To third. Goodman has it. Great range. Throws it across the diamond, and they get Glasscock. So 2 away for the Red Bolts. Stratton, a mean, tough pitcher. Lou Gehrig up at the plate. Here we go. Stratton gets a sign from Alomar Jr. 1-1 to count. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ground ball between third and short. Goodman over there. What an infield they've got. And gets Gehrig. So after 1 complete, Arlington nothing, Manchester nothing. That brings up George Bell. So deGrom has pitched 16 pitches so far. Bell will get this inning started. Barfield is on deck. 1-2 to count. Base hit to left field. O'Doul will throw it back in very quickly, but Bell is on first. That brings up Jesse Barfield. Jesse Barfield hit 40 home runs. Barfield steps in. Runner on first. deGrom with a 2-2. Curveball. Inside corner struck him out. 4th strikeout for Jacob deGrom. And that brings up Felix Lindor. Lindor hit 38 home runs, 92 RBIs. A threat to get it out of here. deGrom checks the runner at first. 1-0 from deGrom. Bell's going for second. Grounded to Gehrig. Gehrig holds on to it, and that's 2 away. That brings up Herman Long, lefty hitter. Lefties do get a bit of a bump on the average. deGrom goes into his windup. Runner on second. 0-2 to count. Swing and a miss. And Herman Long goes down. So the end of an inning and a half. Arlington nothing. Manchester nothing. Here's Lefty O'Doul, power hitting Lefty O'Doul, the man who popularized baseball in Japan. Stratton, a tough competitor, on one. Ground ball down the first base line, and it's foul. Lefty O'Doul, a big, powerful left-hand hitter. He should get a hit here. He's got a 29% chance. Stratton looks in, 0-2 to count. And a line drive between second and short. Base hit. No, yes. Lindor dived for it. I thought he came up with the play. O'Doul will get a base hit, and he's on first. That will bring up swinging Sammy Sosa. Sosa, a right-hand hitter. Big power. 50 home runs, 138 RBIs. Sosa against Stratton. Stratton gets the sign from Alomar. Doesn't like that one. Shakes him off. Now he's got one he likes. 2-0 count. Sosa swings. Grounded weakly to short. Lindor throws across the diamond, but Sammy hustles down to first. So 2 men on here in the bottom of the second inning for the Red Bolts. They've got some power, the Red Bolts. Quite a magnetic and offense. That brings up Mike Trout. Trout now batting runs on first and second. Payoff pitch with Stratton. A deep fly ball down the left field line. And George Bell has it. Catches it at the 3.56 mark. And that's one away. Manchester looking to take advantage of this good start. 2 men on base. Here's Bill Donnelly. Here's got some power for a dead baller. One of the premier shortstops of the dead ball era. 2-0 count. Deep fly ball to right center field. And Pierre is going back. And wow, off the wall. O'Doul will score. Sosa will come home. And he is out at the plate. So great throw there from Barfield to Anson. And they get Sosa at the plate, but not before a run scores. Here's Johnny Bassler. Lefty hitter. Bassler not the strongest hitter in the lineup. Stratton. Man on third. Stratton looking at Alomar. 0-2 pitch. Johnny swings. Grounded between third and short, so Dallin will score. So a good start to the Red Bulls, the defending champions of the Ned McGreevy League. Won it twice, and the World Series. But different team here, different era, same name, ball club. Here's Al Rosen at the plate. Al has a lot of power, 28 home runs. Should do well at Ebbets Field. Rosen faces Stratton, runner on first. First pitch from Stratton, Rosen cuts it. Ground ball to Goodman. Goodman over to Fournier. And they get him. Manchester 2, Arlington nothing. From 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Go to the top of the third inning. Jacob deGrom is on. Here's Alomar at the plate. He will lead off. 0-1 to count. And a rope straight to shortstop. And a great play by Dallin. Nice leaping play by Bill Dallin. And that brings up Juan Behier. 0-1 today. Struck out last time. The corners are in. Full count. Strike 3. So deGrom is on his form today. 6 strikeouts already for deGrom. The deGrominator. deGrom looks in. Fournier waits. Fournier steps in the box now. Digs in. 2-2 count. Grounded to first base. Garrick has it. And he'll take it to first himself. 1 away. In fact, that's the end of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2.5, Manchester lead the Arlington team 2-0. Joe Morgan will start off 2-0 from Stratton and a base hit to right. So Joe Morgan gets on base. So Manchester here with their spark plug. Beverly Jet comes in. Man on first. Stratton looks at the runner at first, toes the rubber. Stratton with the first pitch, a curveball, and an easy ground to short. They could be a double play. Lindor to Anson. No, he doesn't. Lindor straight to Fournier. Morgan got into second base. So now we have Lou Gehrig up at the plate, the Iron Horse, 0-1 today. This is the Red Bulls opening evening. Stratton looks into Gehrig. O'Doul is on the on deck. Runner on second. 0-1 from Stratton. Gehrig swings. A line, a base hit towards center field. Morgan rounds third, but he holds. Did win a chance against Pierre's arm. So it's lefty O'Doul, 1 for 1. Lefty is deadly at Ebbets Singleton scored in the second. Runs at first and third. 3-2 to count. O'Doul swings. Ground ball single to right field, and Joe Morgan will score. Bit of a poor play there from Jesse Barfield in right. Gehrig is at second. O'Doul at first. Brings up swinging, slinging Sammy Sosa. Red Bulls taking an early lead here, 3-0. Stratton looks in. Runs at first and second. 1-0 pitch. Hard grounded towards third. Goodman has it. Could get two. Over to Anson. Anson over to first. And they get Sosa. Double play. Pitcher's best friend. Manchester 3, Arlington 0. So the Grum here, already off to a 3-0 start, top of the fourth inning. Brushes away the dust on the mound. Crouches, looks in. Basler puts a sign in. Goodman digs in. 2-2 count. Goodman swings on a rope to right field, to center field. Base hit. So Trout has it and tosses it back to the infield. Mike Trout, an 8 range in center field with a 5 arm. Not the best arms in the outfield. Some good range there from Trout, though. Here we go. Cap Hansen 0 for 1 today. The Grominator is set. 1-2. Inside corner struck him out. So fooled in that pitch. 7 strikeouts so far for Jacob DeGrom here, looking very good. There's George Bell. Steps in, runner on first. DeGrom gets a side from Bassett. 2-0. Pitch, ground ball up the middle. Great play by Dallin. Flips it to second for 1 and over to first. Double play. Great play by Bill Dallin there at short. So Manchester gets out of the inning after 3.5. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and they're up at the plate now to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's Mike Trout. 0-1, Trout, great base hit. So they crank out the base hits here. Mike Trout already got a base hit, and that brings up Bill Dallin. And I think the trade of Bonds allowed me to be a bit more creative with the offense I had at disposal. My famous comment was I had too much power. So, hopefully you can all hear me if you're playing this back on recording. This is the real day one of the Howie Shanks Bingo League. We started on April 5th game time, and now we're on April 6th game time. In Brooklyn, East Coast game. There's Darling now, 1 for 1 today. Runner on first. Stratton toes rubber, 2-2 to count. Darling cuts. Routine ground to short, they could get 2. Lindor to Anson. Anson can't turn it. So, Darling's on first. 8 hits cranked out by the Red Bolts. There's Stratton against Basler. Basler steps in. And they try and pick off Darlin at first. Darlin back in head first. Gets up, brushes himself down. Fenier holds him close. Here's Basler. Stratton checks 1-1. First pitch to Stratton. Basler swings. A grounder between first and Anson has it. Over to second. Lindor over to first. Got him. They turn a double play. Not the most comfortable looking double play combination. So going to the top of the 5th inning. Jesse Barfield, lots of power here. Jacob DeGrom on the mound. 3-2 pitch way inside. So DeGrom trying to back him off the plate there. And Barfield goes to first. There's Felix Lindor. They try and apply the tag to Barfield at first. Here's Lindor. Inside corner struck him out. So 8 strikeouts of Jacob DeGrom. Long struck out in the second, man on first, on 2 to count. And he strikes him out. DeGrom has got his stuff today. And brings up Sandy Alomar Jr. It's only 3-0. Runner on first, 1-0 from DeGrom. And Alomar rips a high bounding ball to short. Darlin has it in time. Across to Garrick. And nothing across in the top of the 5th inning for Arlington. After 4.5, Manchester 3, Arlington nothing. So a good game today from Steve Tate first. The Bees beat the JT Dutchess 4-1, and then we had a great ball game between. Let me see now. World's Gamers team, Sarnia, up against Ken Castro's team, Ocean Park Clams, I think it is, and the Clams came away with that one in the 12th. Went extra innings. Good game. So there's Al Rosen. Wants to start his year off good. Stratton is set. 3-2 to count. In the dirt and inside. So Rosen will trot down to first. And these Bolts will get on base. Here's Joe Morgan. Single and scored in the 3rd. Runner in first. 1-0 to count. Joe swings. Deep fly to right center field. Pierre is going back. He'll have it. And Rosen will trot back to first. So 1 away for the Bolts. Here comes Glasscock. 0-2 today. Very unusual for him. He is the spark plug. Here's Glasscock. Ground ball back up, right up the pitcher's mound. Anson has it. Over to Fournier. Double play. So, just seeing what's happening here. Not sure anything is actually happening live. We shall double check that again. Yes, we do. We have Big Clue and World's Worst Gamer. So here we are. So hopefully you're all able to hear me properly today, or right now. Big Clue, that's exactly true. So welcome, you guys. It just took me a while to see you. Something's wrong with my service today. Pierre 0-2, 3-1 to count from DeGrom. High and inside. So Pierre will jog down to first base. Score 3-0 Red Bolts. There's Jack Fournier, the first baseman, 0-2 today. Fournier digs in. Man on first. Fly ball from a 1-2 pitch. And Trout's going back and has it. Makes a catch on the track. Pierre will hold up at first. Trout decided not to run. Yeah, you know what it was? I had my virtual reality headset. So I put it on yesterday and I was flying over West Virginia, would you believe? Trying to see what it looks like. Here's Billy Goodman, 2-2 today. DeGrom has had 9 strikeouts. Anson is on deck. Runner on first. DeGrom looks to first. 2-1 pitch. Fly ball to right center field. Trout measures it and has it. He makes the catch. Pierre will jog back to first. Garrick will hold him. 2 out here in the top of the 6th inning. DeGrom fires to first. Garrick tags him. It's safe. Here's Cap Anson. 0-2 today. Not the most popular guy in the world. Runner on first. DeGrom sets. DeGrom with a 3-0 high. And DeGrom loses him. Is DeGrom getting a little bit tired? It's his 3rd walk of the day. 97 pitches. He's getting there. I'll leave him in. Here's George Bell, 1-2. This is a time run at the plate. Is MV about to make a monumental mistake by not taking out DeGrom? My bullpen looks thin. In fact, it looks really bare, doesn't it? That's because it's got a lot of starters that can play that position. So here's DeGrom now. He wipes his brow. Bassler puts the sign down. Bell waits. Bassler decides to just talk it over. DeGrom goes back. Bell now at bat. Runners on first and second. 3-1, pops it up to third. That's what the Red Bolts want. Rosen has it, and that's 2 away. In fact, that's the end of the inning. Arlington is still scoreless here. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5.5, Manchester 3, Arlington nothing. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning is the Iron Horse, Lou Gehrig. Here we go. Thanks, Clue. Here we go. I was having Irish cream, actually. Here we go. Gehrig at the plate. 1 for 2 today. Single at last at bat. 1-1 count, and they hit him. So Stratton loses that one. Gehrig stares back at the pitcher, but decides to trot down to first. He is the captain, after all. And that brings up Lefty O'Doul, the man who popularized Japanese baseball. This park is made for Lefty O'Doul. 2 for 2 today. Expect him to be amongst the league leaders. O'Doul against Stratton, 2 for 2 on the day. He knocked to the run with a single last at bat. Runner on first. And a ground ball to the right side. Anson has it. Throws to second for 1, but he won't get the second. O'Doul is in there comfortably. I'm not sure what kept Anson at second base. That's 1 out. Red Bulls still haven't been able to tackle into their 3 runs so far. Here's swinging and slinging Sammy Sosa. Time to hit 1 out, Sammy. O'Doul is running. And Alomar throws it down to center field way past second. And an error, and Pierre will throw it to third, but O'Doul slides in head first at third, and Goodman puts on the tag too late. So the Red Bulls got something going here on the third, man on third, slinging Sammy Sosa. We just need a fly ball, Sammy. Runner on third, 1-0 to count. Ground ball to Lindor at short. That's not going to do it. Yes, it will. O'Doul will come home, and that's 4-0 Red Bulls. So the Red Bulls up to an impressive lead, a 4-0 lead here. So the usual suspects here, World's Worst Gamer and Clue. Thank you, Wells. You can hear me perfectly. Yeah, that was a microphone faux pas. Here's Mike Trout at the plate. 1-1. Trout rips it. High chopper to third, but Billy Goodman Gold Glover has it comfortably and throws it to first to retire the side. 1 run, no hits, 1 error. We've played 6. Manchester lead 4-0. DeGrom still in the ball game. Barford walked to the 5th. DeGrom with a 1-2. Inside corner, struck him out. So it looks like they want DeGrom to go 7. 10 strikeouts for Jacob DeGrom. There we go. Taking on a chance. Lindor struck out in the 5th. 0-2. Lindor hits a deep fly ball to right field. It is off the wall. I thought it was out of here. And a double. So now the manager has a little bit of a dilemma. And decides it's time to bring in no. Yes. Fred Goldsmith. So Fred Goldsmith comes into the ball game. So that's enough from Jacob DeGrom. Excellent outing today. The Red Bulls think they can cruise home from here. They've got enough power. Yeah, well, I don't know, Wells. I must admit, I don't know. Here's Herman Long, runner on second. 1-1 to count. Low and inside gets past Bassler, and Linda will still hold at second. Goldsmith toes the rubber. 2-1 from Goldsmith. Hits a liner towards left center field. Base hit, Trout bobbles it. And Lindo will score. So the Red Bolts here, first sign of weakness in the 7th inning. Here's Alomar Jr., Sandy Alomar Jr., former Cleveland Indian. or is that guard? He steps in, runner on second, 2-0 to count. And Alomar swings on the ground towards Morgan. It could get two. Morgan to Garrick, and that's all they get. So Long goes to third. And Goldsmith gets the ball back. Goldsmith, a 19th century player. Here's Juan Pierre 0 for 2. Wearing the White Sox. Runner on third. Goldsmith steers in. 2-1 count. Grounder towards second. Morgan will have it. And over to first for out number 3. So after 6.5 innings, the Manchester Red Bulls lead 4-1. Brings up the power hitting Bill Darlin. Not sure the game is over. Far from it. As a 7th inning stretch plays. Here's Stratton now, still in the ball game. Bill Darlin up at the plate. Oh, and 2 to Darlin. Darlin swings. Grounded to Anson at second. Anson has it over to Fournier. Get him, got him. 1 away. Here's Johnny Bassler at the plate. Another big hitter. On 1, weak fly ball to right center field. Pierre loafs after it and gets it. That's 2. 2 down. That brings up Al Rosen, 0 for 1 today. Flip down batting. Stratton still 3-1. Grounder between first and second. Anson is across, tosses it to first, and gets him. So the Bolts go down 1-3. No runs, no hits, no errors after 7. Hoping that their bullpen, which is a bit weak, can get them through. Fournier struck out in the first. Flied out to center in the 6th. 1-1 the count. Here's the windup and the pitch. The Express, very deep fly ball to Trout. Trout's going back to the warning track and has it. 1 away. Billy Goodman comes down from the left-hand side of the plate. He's 2 for 3 today. And a deep fly ball towards right center field. Trout is on his bicycle. He's not going to get there, and it's off the wall. Trout throws it back into Morgan. So a base double for Billy Goodman. So, not dead yet, these Arlington guys. Here's Cap Anson. Anson walked to the 6th. Belly's on deck. Runner on second. 1 and 2 to count. Drill between third and short, and there's a base hit, and Goodman's going to come round to score. So, the Arlington's showing signs of life now. Since DeGrom came out of the ball game. We better not throw this away. So here we go. George Bell at the plate. Goldsmith waits. Gets a sign from Bassler. They throw to get Anson at first. He's safe. Runner on first. Goldsmith with the 0-1. Bell cuts it. Popped up to third base. Al Rosen has it and makes the catch. 2 away. Brings up the dangerous Jesse Barfield, a man who hit 40 home runs in real life. Struck out twice today, though. Linder's on deck. 1-1 to count. And a liner hit to right field. This could score 2. Sosa has it. Barfield rounds second. He'll go for a triple. And he's safe. 4-3 ball game. So Fred Goldsmith doing his best to screw this up. Oh, gee. Welcome into the channel. The Red Bolts were up 4-0. Took out DeGrom, who had 10 strikeouts. Put Fred Goldsmith in, and he is cocking it up. So, the tying run is at third. The goal hunt run is at the plate. Lindor steps in against Goldie. 0-2 to count. Got him, struck him out. This is the kind of man who makes you smoke 20 packs of cigarettes, Goldsmith. Here we go. Here's Joe Morgan at the plate. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Manchester looking to get some space again. 0-2 to count, just below the belt, and they struck him out. So Stratton, a mean pitcher. I've only heard about him since we started doing this league. Scott Stratton. Wow. Some player. 21 years old. Making it look easy, although his team trails 4-3. Glasscock, 1-2. And a grounder, and Glasscock is empty today, very unusually for him. So that's 2 away. Brings up Lou Gehrig. Come on, Lou, give me something. Gehrig at the plate. Was hit by a pitch last time. Here's a deep fly ball to right field. Barfield is going back and has it at the warning track. So we go to the 9th inning now. Goldsmith is going to come out of there. And we're going to bring in the man we got him, the reason why we got him. No, Tom Henke. The Toronto Blue Jay now, just to close things down. If ever I needed a fireman, this is it. Making this look difficult. Here's Herman Long at the plate. Long drove in a wrong. Henke has a sign. 2-2 from Henke. Long cut, deep fly ball to right field. Sosa has it. Great play by Sammy Sosa in right field. I thought it was going out. It was 1 away. Here's Sandy Alomar. 0-3 today. 1-0 count. Grounder to Darlin at short. Darlin has it. Throws over to Gehrig. And that is 2 away. So down to the final out now, Arlington. Nobody's been pinch hit for. Not surprised why. There we go. Juan Pierre at the plate, 0-3. Grounded to second. And there's a ground ball down the third base line. Al has it with a great diving play. Throws it across the diamond. Game over. Loving the fireworks. Loving the fireworks. So Arlington 3, Manchester gets by in the end. And they have to look at their bullpen again. 3-4. So the Manchester Red Bulls start the season with a win. The Arlington team, I think that's Aaron's team, started for the loss. Let's have a look at the... that was quite a quick game compared to the one earlier on this afternoon. Here we go. The Red Bulls had 8 hits, and so did Arlington's team. 8 hits. O'Doul had 2 for 3 today. And O'Doul's going to be carrying the team this year along with Gehrig. Glasscock, surprisingly, was 0 for 4 today. He normally does very well. Goodman was 3 for 4, Billy Goodman. And Stratton pitched very well, 8 innings, 8 hits. Gave up 4 earned runs. Not bad. But Jacob deGrom, masterful performance, 6.1 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run. So Jacob deGrom, the man I traded Barry Bonds for, looking pretty good. So, gentlemen, and any ladies that pop in, that is the ball game. A very quick one, actually. It couldn't have taken more than 15 minutes. So that was good. So I was really happy to get Manchester off the mark. So let's have a look and see how we stand. It updates, and I will now send this on to Steve. Now, Steve did mention, I don't want to mess around with this, so I don't want to, Steve has to really show me carefully, that if I export the games, then that would work alone. In this case, I want to export the league. And I can't remember how to do it. It's quite easy because I did it earlier on today. Any help, Big Clue? Or Wells? It's an easy thing to do, export games, I think it is. Export Caesar? I think it's this. I won't play the games above this anyway. Yeah. Those are the games he sold me that earlier. Press yes, yes, and yes. And then export it to him. But I'm going to wait until he tells me again. I'm sure there is another way to do this. I'm sure there is. We just export the season as it is. So I need to get this over to him shortly. Same thing. Okay, so it does everything. Right, I got it. He's right. So it zips the file, the league rules, everything basically, the managers, the address book. Begin zip, and then I can save it to where I want to save it to. I'll do that later when I'm concentrated. So that makes sense. So far, just looking at the games played so far, we've had 3 games played. Seems like a lot more for some reason, but it's just 3 games played. And the Howie Shanks Bingo League is off to the races. Later tonight, we may see, and I have a suspicion we will, Steve and Todd B go at it, and Cleveland and Mudville. That will be a big clue against Beatles Eternally. So that's going to be something. So, World's Big Clue, I'm going to leave it there. I've done my share for today. I think it's going to work. I am on holiday this week, so I can crank out quite a few. Next week, slightly different. So, but I'm sure we'll work it out and get things done. So, even at my lunchtime hours, I can probably do a game. But, yeah, all good. Thank you so much for your patience and your feedback. This has been great doing this today. I really enjoyed it. It's supposed to be fun, and if it's not fun, don't do it. So I really enjoyed it. So I will catch you on the other side and the other channel later on today. Unlucky, Worlds. You were very unlucky today, I felt. Although Ken's team does look a sleeper team. I think the team to watch out for in the Bingo League is actually my team. Just kidding. I think that team, that division is loaded. Absolutely loaded. I'm just glad we've got a win. I might have to look at my bullpen again, actually, because there wasn't much there. Right, okay, so from me, I will leave it. Gentlemen, and any ladies that